When I watched last night, those two girls that the HBO had were tremendous, very convincing, crying on set and everything else. They brought the defense attorney, one of them for Watson, on at late 11th hour. They wanted to come on and have their opinion thought, and they try to discredit 3 or 4 of the 22. Here's the bottom line. We all know Watson did something wrong, okay? Court of public opinion, you'd be lost if you didn't think Watson did something wrong. Incredibly inappropriate behavior. That girl crying her eyes out where she'd make this stuff up. 22 of them made them up. You want to disparage 3, 4 of them that they reached out to Watson after this alleged scenario? All right, go ahead. Not 22, okay? 22. It's not 2 people. It's 22. And the Browns deserve a lot of grief here. Haslam, that owner who's got issues with his tire company, he never did it. You know, he never even talked to any of these women. He never talked to their representation. All he wants is a quarterback. I understand Baker Mayfield hasn't won. I also understand that the Browns haven't been to a Super Bowl and they haven't done anything since 1964 when they beat the Colts. I get that, 34-0. I get all that. But the Browns should sit there and say, geez, do we want this guy representing our organization? And let's at least do an investigation that is somewhat legitimate before we go out there and give the guy $235 million. And they did not do that. That was apparent last night. The Browns can say anything they want. They did not do that. And Steve is 100% right. What is Goodell waiting for? What are you waiting for, Raj? Right, we talked to Watson this week. What do you mean? He embarrassed your league. There's something to this. All right? You want to give him he should be sitting there. He shouldn't be in training camp. The Browns knew that something was cooking here. They only gave him $1 million for this year's contract because they want to save him the money. The NFL should say, hold on, you can't circumvent the cap that way. That's nonsense. We're suspended for 2 years. Watson should not be playing a large part of next year. I'll let everybody else decide what the suspension should be. But if anybody saw that last night, or if anybody who has seen this develop over the last 10, 12 months, whatever it might be, read the newspaper stories, Sports Illustrated did a big thing about it, watch what we saw last night, everybody knows that Watson did something that was terrible.
Something.
He did something. And he should be punished for that. And I don't know what Goodell's waiting for. Raj, nobody cares about the Pro Bowl, all right? Well, we're going to freaking think about the Pro Bowl. Nobody's interested, all right? You got a big quarterback for the Browns who's going to be in training camp in a few weeks, whatever the case may be. He should not be allowed to be there. That's what you should do.
Listen,
and you're sitting on your rear end.
Can I just say one thing, Steve?
Yes,
and it doesn't feel like he was punished. It feels like he was awarded.
Yeah.
And this is where my mind goes as a woman, is I don't want this to deter other women dealing with sexual misconduct, domestic violence, abuse, to be afraid to speak out now. Because they feel that they won't be protected. They won't be believed. They won't be threatened. You're valued and you should be respected everywhere you go. You should be respected in your home. You should be respected in your workplace. You are not a second-class citizen and your voice matters. And I just applaud Kayla Hayes, I think that was her name, and Ashley Solis for coming forward in front of the camera and standing up for all those women. And that's just my fear here. So I just want any woman at home dealing with any of these situations, please come forward. There are people that believe you and there are people that care. I promise you. Don't let this deter you.
Let me say this. They were incredibly brave. And like I used the phrase on many occasions, doggy, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it ain't a mongoose, meaning that where there's smoke, there's fire. There's something everywhere. You got 22 different women accusing you of something. You got a problem. Ain't no damn way around that. We know that. But the question was, how does the NFL look? That was the question. And so what I'm saying is that in the United States of America, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. We know that's not applicable. We know that's not the real world because that's as it applies to the justice system, not as it applies to the court of the public opinion. So the public feels one way about Deshaun Watson based on these allegations. The court system has said something else. Now we get down to the nitty-gritty. What position should a sports league have? Because what we have is a situation where you have folks looking for corporations, for conglomerates, for people in positions of power to make decisions that the justice system either couldn't or wouldn't. So now that we have to ask ourselves that question about the National Football League, where does the trepidation comes in? I'll tell you where. There's nobody that's going to trust a league to do the right things when it comes to the people that represent their brand. Because if it compromises the brand, how can you trust them? If you sit up there and just say, hey, the hell with the justice system, you know what, Deshaun Watson, you found yourself with these allegations, and guess what? We believe you're guilty. Well, then you're going to have people asking, okay, did you do that with, you did that with Deshaun? Would you do that with somebody else? You're going to have people bringing up all of these questions. Nobody trusts the leagues. And so the league has an obligation to know that and stick to what they know. I don't have to worry about the public trusting me if all I honor is my shield, meaning this is the NFL. You do something to impugn our name and our integrity of this shield. This is what's coming down the pike. We don't give a damn what the justice system says. We're coming for you because this is our league. You do that, you can be trusted. When you hold off because of investigations that last 10 months, 12 months, 18 months, where you got us looking at you saying, what the hell is going on? What's the confusion about? Why won't you make a decision? That's where the NFL is right now, and that is not a good look.
I'll tell you right now, Steve, real quick. How does Major League Baseball look? Bauer, 2 years suspension, no pay. Same deal. No criminal conviction, no judge, no the Pasadena Police Department. They found they didn't do anything. And what did Manfred do? Everybody likes to kill Manfred. What did Manfred do? 2 years. Right. 2 years.
But there were
2 years.
Right. But it wasn't in his case. It wasn't just allegations. He went through the system, and we heard all the gory details of what he had done. That's why Manfred could make that decision, and nobody looks at Manfred with a raised eyebrow. Because you got Major League Baseball players that were appalled by the information they heard that came out in court. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.